Alex Lester at breakfast.
On BBCWM 95.6.
Radio for the West Midlands.
Let's change the subject completely. We like to do this on the programme. We can turn on a sixpence of the things we cover. It's been a dramatic time on the cobbles recently, hasn't it? Well, one of Coronation Street's many ongoing plots involves the character Rana, a young Muslim woman having a same-sex relationship with her friend Kate. Here's the moment their secret is revealed tonight.
We didn't want you to find out like this.
You're gay?
Can we not do this now?
Oh, I'm sorry to inconvenience you.
You said that this was finished.
How could you do this? You knew.
Wait until the girl's gone.
That girl has a name.
Not now, Kate, please. I'll call you later.
Right. Can someone please tell me what's going on?
We're not happy about this either.
You're not happy? She's married to my brother!
Viewers affected by the storyline have been contacting the Naz and Matt Foundation. It was set up by Matt Mahmood-Ogstan after his partner Naz, a doctor from Birmingham, killed himself when his mother told him to find a cure for being gay. Well, Matt and Bhavna Limbachia, who plays Rana, join us now. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, first off, Bhavna, what was it like being involved in this storyline?
Oh, it's an absolute honour to be able to portray this character. When our producer, Kate Oates, approached me with the storyline, I was completely on board, and I just wanted to make sure we did the storyline justice and did as much research as I could, really.
Yeah, it takes a darker turn this week, doesn't it?
It does. Rana's about to go on an emotional roller coaster as the affair is exposed to the entire street, and she's manipulated into believing that her auntie's ill in Pakistan and is tricked into going with her mum.
Now, you've had a lot of messages from people in a similar situation to Rana, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I've been approached on social media and even on the street because people can really relate to the storyline. I didn't realise how it has affected a lot of people, and it's just nice that we've got this platform at Coronation Street to raise awareness.
Now, the thing is, social media is a two-pronged thing, isn't it? So therefore,
Yeah.
Have you found you've had a lot of negative stuff from people as well?
No, I've got to be honest, I haven't really had any negative comments or reaction. It's been generally quite positive. I think people are just grateful that, we are raising awareness. I've not really had any sort of negativity at all, really.
Well, that's good news. Let's bring Matt in, actually. Matt, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us first how you got involved in the storyline.
Well, I was monitoring the Naz and Matt Foundation Twitter feed, and all of a sudden it kind of went very busy. And so I looked out to why we were receiving all the notifications, and I saw that Bhavna had put out a very supportive tweet about the storyline, what the character was going through, and also the important research that she'd done into her character and other people who might be in a similar situation to where her character might be going. And so when I read the articles and the interviews that she'd done, and she made reference to the fact that it's really important to make the story real and based on factual evidence and stories. I saw the reference to my Naz, Dr. Nazim Mahmood, and sadly what happened to him and how his family reacted when they confronted him about his sexuality. And so we got in contact very quickly after that. Very soon after that, we spoke on the phone for a very long time that evening, and just talking and just getting to know each other and just really trying to understand from both of our perspectives, what Bhavna really wanted to achieve with her character, and also, really from our foundation, what other stories, information that I can share, that are confidential, but what stories I can share to allow Bhavna to be able to play her character with the greatest amount of accuracy from people in the community.
You've actually been able to help some of the people who've contacted Bhavna, haven't you?
Yes, we have. We've received a large volume of messages across social media and email, particularly from females who perhaps can identify with Rana's character a lot more. And we have received some messages of thanks because without the Coronation Street storyline, they would never have heard about our foundation. And our foundation has been helping those individuals, particularly with their friends or their relatives or themselves, get to a stronger place, and in some cases actually escape the family home where they were being abused by their family because of sexuality.
How important do you think it is that a popular show like Corrie is actually tackling subjects like this?
It's incredibly important that a show like Coronation Street tackles this problem because, the millions of viewers that they have, the families viewing that programme, they sit down to watch a programme they've watched for decades, and then a story will enter their household which might never ever get talked about. And that's the really important thing, that this storyline, it's been developing real time over a period of several months. And so we've got to know Rana's character before and during, and as you kind of alluded to, what might be happening this week. And so the families can see the journey that Rana goes on, the ups and the downs, and from a human perspective, because it's very different from going out there proactively to read a story that you wanted to read, that you knew you wanted to read, versus actually sitting home with your family, with perhaps your mum, your dad, your uncles, your aunts, your sons, your daughters, to sit down to watch a family soap, and then a story which is so important to get talked about gets shown and aired in such a delicate and actually honest and genuine way.
Bhavna, when you were aware that the storyline was going to develop as such, were you thinking to yourself, it's a shame that this is still an issue?
Yeah, for it to be taboo still in 2018 is a real big shame. We didn't realise how big the storyline would end up becoming and how many people it would reach. Like I said, I touched on earlier, when Kate Oates approached me with the storyline, I wanted to make sure I got it right and did it justice. Through research and reading articles and reading Naz's story, it was heartbreaking to know that this is still happening, and the extreme cases some parents and families and communities go just to save face.
Matt, do you think, in fact, that progress is being made in changing people's perspective on this?
Progress is being made. It's a lot slower than we'd all like, but progress is being made just by the fact that we're talking about this issue today, and it's been aired on the longest running soap on British TV. So progress has been made that producers feel comfortable and confident enough to talk about this story, this issue. So from that perspective, what needs to happen is more conversations like this needs to happen. As the storyline develops, more people need to talk about it from an honest and genuine perspective, so that parents can hopefully one day realise and accept that the children they gave birth to, that's the way they were born. They just need to reach out, give their kids a hug, and just tell the kids that they love them. It's really quite straightforward. Just love the child that you gave birth to for how they were born.
Very wise words. Now, Bhavna, there's been various criticism about Corrie, really, but there's so many storylines are grim. So I know you're not allowed to give anything away, and I don't know how far in advance you see the script, but I really hope that there's a happy ending for this for Rana. What can you tell us?
Without revealing too much, obviously there's been a lot of obstacles in the way for Kate and Rana to be together. There's a few more hurdles to face just yet, but hopefully they'll have the happy ending. Like Matt touched on before, this storyline has been played out in real time, so hopefully in the future, who knows, one day maybe they can get married.
Let's hope.
And have the happy ending.
Mahmood-Ogstan and Bhavna Limbachia, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us on the programme this morning.
Thank you so much.
Late night on BBCWM.